In the realm of spirituality, the quest for happiness is often interwoven with the pursuit of enlightenment, a deeper understanding of the self, and a harmonious connection with the universe. As we navigate through the complexities of life, seeking joy and contentment can seem like an elusive task. Yet, the pathways to a spiritually fulfilling life, brimming with happiness, are more accessible than we might believe. The first pathway I'd like to share involves cultivating the art of presence. In our modern lives, we are frequently preoccupied with thoughts of the past or concerns about the future, rarely anchoring ourselves in the now. Yet, it is in the present moment where the essence of life unfolds. Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lessons. When was the last time you truly felt the warmth of the sun on your skin, or fully listened to the melody of a bird's song without the chatter of your mind pulling you away? By practicing mindfulness, we train ourselves to experience life as it happens. This presence is a fertile ground for happiness, for it is only in the now that we can truly engage with our experiences. Moving forward, let's consider the profound impact of gratitude. Gratitude is the recognition of the abundance that already exists in our lives. It's easy to overlook the blessings we have when our gaze is fixed on what we lack. But what if we pause to acknowledge the riches before us? The love of family and friends, the shelter of our homes, the simple yet profound fact of being alive. By keeping a gratitude journal or simply taking a moment each day to reflect on what we're thankful for, we can shift our perspective from one of scarcity to one of abundance. Happiness often blooms in the garden of a grateful heart. Now we arrive at the concept of service, which is intricately linked to spiritual happiness. Service to others is not merely an altruistic act. It is a path to self-discovery and joy. When we extend ourselves to help another, we step beyond the confines of our ego. Have you ever noticed the warmth that fills you when you've made a difference in someone's life? This is because in giving, we align with the interconnectedness of all beings, and in doing so, we find a profound sense of fulfillment. Additionally, the practice of forgiveness is a key to unlocking happiness. Holding on to anger and resentment binds us to the very situations and people we wish to be free from. Forgiveness, however, is not an endorsement of wrongdoing, but a release of its hold on our peace of mind. It is a gift we give ourselves. Reflect on a grudge you've been holding. What would it feel like to let that go? Imagine the liberation that comes with forgiveness, for it is in this liberation that we find a serene happiness. Let us also explore the transformative power of self-love. The relationship we have with ourselves sets the tone for every other relationship in our lives. If we are critical and unforgiving towards ourselves, it becomes challenging to experience genuine happiness. Self-love begins with self-compassion, understanding that we are works in progress, deserving of the same kindness we would offer a dear friend. How can you show yourself love today? It might be through nurturing your body with wholesome food, granting yourself time to rest, or engaging in activities that bring you joy. Finally, for this part of our exploration, consider the role of simplicity in spiritual happiness. In a world that often equates success with accumulation, the choice of simplicity can be revolutionary. Simplifying our lives isn't about deprivation. It's about removing the excess that distracts us from what truly matters. What would it mean for you to live simply? Perhaps it's decluttering your physical space or choosing experiences over possessions. A simplified life creates space for joy to flourish. These first steps on the pathway to happiness in spiritual life are foundational. They are about tuning into the present, nurturing a sense of gratitude, serving others, practicing forgiveness, loving oneself, and embracing simplicity. As we integrate these practices into our daily lives, we begin to uncover the happiness that resides within us, waiting to be realized. As we venture further into the exploration of spiritual happiness, we turn our gaze toward the interconnectedness of all existence. The realization that we are not isolated beings, but rather integral parts of a greater whole, can bring about a profound sense of belonging and joy. Have you ever felt the awe-inspiring sense of unity when looking at the night sky, knowing that the same cosmic dust that makes up the stars also resides within you? This understanding that we are made of the same elements as the universe can instill a deep sense of connection and happiness within us. Embracing this connection leads us to the next point, the universal rhythm of change. The universe is in a constant state of flux, and we, as part of it, are subject to change as well. Resisting change can be a source of great suffering, whereas embracing it can lead to liberation and happiness. Consider the seasons. Each brings its own beauty and challenges, yet we accept them as they come and go. Can we apply this acceptance to the changes in our lives? Learning to flow with the changes rather than against them aligns us with the natural order of the universe and allows happiness to emerge, even amidst uncertainty. Now, let us reflect on the significance of finding our unique purpose. Each of us has a set of gifts, a personal calling that, when honored, can provide a sense of fulfillment and happiness. It is not always easy to discern our purpose, but it is worth the pursuit. What are the things that ignite your passion, that make you lose track of time? Your purpose may be found at the intersection of your joy and the needs of the world. When we live in alignment with our purpose, we experience a harmony that resonates with the very core of our being, and this harmony is a wellspring of happiness. Another aspect of spiritual happiness is the cultivation of inner peace. Inner peace is a state of being where we are not swayed by the external storms of life. It is the quiet center within each of us that remains still, even when the surface waters are turbulent. Achieving inner peace often requires a practice, such as meditation, prayer, or contemplation. These practices help us to detach from the noise of the mind and connect with the tranquility of the spirit. Have you experienced moments of inner peace? It is within these moments that happiness can be experienced in its purest form. As we continue on the path of spiritual happiness, let's explore the power of relationships. Our relationships can be a source of great joy and growth, as they reflect back to us aspects of ourselves, both light and shadow. Cultivating healthy and meaningful relationships involves communication, empathy, and boundaries. It requires the courage to be vulnerable and the strength to be supportive. How can we nurture relationships that amplify our happiness? Perhaps it is through deep listening, sharing our truths, or offering forgiveness. Relationships grounded in authenticity and love can significantly enhance our spiritual happiness. Lastly, for this part, we must acknowledge the role of resilience. Life will inevitably present us with challenges and hardships. It is our resilience, the ability to bounce back from adversity, that can pave the way for happiness even in the face of difficulty. Resilience is not about avoiding pain or denying our struggles, but rather about finding ways to cope and grow from our experiences. It often involves a choice to focus on the positives and to maintain hope. What practices can help build your resilience? Perhaps it's maintaining a positive outlook, seeking support from loved ones, or finding humor in life's absurdities. In these reflections, we have considered the importance of feeling connected to the universe, embracing change, discovering our purpose, cultivating inner peace, nurturing relationships, and building resilience. Each of these facets contributes to the mosaic of spiritual happiness. As we embody these principles, we lay the groundwork for a life filled with joy, peace, and fulfillment. Embracing our authentic selves is perhaps one of the most profound steps towards achieving spiritual happiness. In a world that often pressures us to conform, the courage to be true to ourselves can be both challenging and liberating. Our authentic self is who we are at our core, beyond the masks and the roles we play in society. It is our genuine thoughts, feelings, and desires. In what ways have you been masking your true self? Shedding these layers and honoring your authenticity not only fosters self-respect, but also invites deeper connections with others. Living authentically brings an inner satisfaction that is a cornerstone of spiritual happiness. Fostering a sense of wonder is another key element. The world is a miraculous place, filled with beauty and mystery. When we allow ourselves to be curious and marvel at the simple wonders of life, the unfurling of a leaf, the patterns of clouds in the sky, the complexity of a human smile, we open our hearts to joy. Wonder is the opposite of cynicism and despair. It is a powerful force that can reignite our passion for life. When was the last time you allowed yourself to be truly amazed? Cultivating a sense of wonder can transform the mundane into the extraordinary, and in this transformation, we find happiness. Developing a spirit of generosity further contributes to our spiritual happiness. Generosity is not limited to the giving of material possessions. It is also about being generous with our time, our attention, and our compassion. When we give without expectation of return, we experience the joy of unconditional love. True generosity is an act of strength and abundance. It is knowing that there is enough for everyone, including ourselves. How can you express generosity in your life today? The act of giving selflessly creates ripples of positivity and joy, not just for the recipients, but also for ourselves. We must also recognize the importance of self-discipline in our spiritual journey. While it may seem counterintuitive, self-discipline can lead to freedom and happiness. It allows us to make choices based on our values and long-term goals rather than our fleeting impulses. Self-discipline in our spiritual practices, our habits, and our thoughts can create a structure that supports our growth. It is the difference between being driven by the winds of circumstance and steering our own ship. What area of your life could benefit from more self-discipline? When we commit to our self-discipline, we carve a path toward greater happiness. Equally important is the cultivation of patience. Patience is a profound practice that can bring about a deep sense of calm and contentment. In an instant gratification culture, patience is a rare virtue. It is the understanding that everything unfolds in its own time. When we are patient, we are in harmony with the pace of life. We can appreciate the journey without being solely fixated on the destination. How might patience change your approach to life's challenges? Patience allows us to experience the present fully and can be a powerful ally in our pursuit of happiness. Lastly, for this segment, let us consider the role of detachment. Detachment does not mean we do not care. Rather, it is the practice of not clinging to outcomes or being overly attached to possessions, status, or even people. It is a recognition that our happiness does not depend on external conditions. Detachment gives us the freedom to enjoy life's pleasures without becoming ensnared by them. It allows us to love deeply, yet free from the fear of loss. In what ways can practicing detachment bring more peace to your life? When we understand the art of detachment, we open ourselves up to a steady and serene form of happiness that is not easily disturbed by the ebb and flow of life. In these reflections, we have touched upon the significance of living authentically, fostering a sense of wonder, being generous, practicing self-discipline, cultivating patience, and learning the art of detachment. Each of these practices enriches our spiritual life and brings us closer to a state of enduring happiness. As we prepare to dive into the final segment of our discourse, we will explore the vital role of embracing silence, the power of positive thinking, and the importance of maintaining a holistic view of life. These principles will guide us to the culmination of our journey toward spiritual happiness. Please join me as we conclude our exploration with these transforming insights. Embracing silence is a profound practice that can lead to deep spiritual happiness. In the constant noise of our daily lives, silence offers a respite for the mind and a sanctuary for the soul. Silence is not merely the absence of sound. It is a space for contemplation and the cultivation of inner peace. In moments of silence, we can connect with our deepest selves and the universe around us. How often do you allow yourself to sit in silence, free from distractions? By regularly dedicating time to silence, we can access a wellspring of clarity, creativity, and joy. The power of positive thinking cannot be overstated when it comes to spiritual happiness. Our thoughts shape our perceptions, our emotions, and ultimately, our reality. By consciously choosing positive thoughts, we can influence our outlook on life. Positive thinking is not about denying or ignoring life's difficulties. It's about approaching challenges with a mindset that focuses on solutions and growth. What positive affirmations could you use to reinforce your intentions for happiness? Cultivating a habit of positive thinking can help us navigate life's ups and downs with resilience and grace. Maintaining a holistic view of life is essential for spiritual happiness. Life is an intricate tapestry of experiences, relationships, and pursuits, and it's important to recognize the interconnectedness of all these aspects. A holistic approach means taking care of our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual needs. It involves balancing work with play, socializing with solitude, and activity with rest. How do you maintain balance in your life? By honoring all parts of ourselves and striving for harmony, we can create a foundation for sustained happiness.